I would like to ask you what to do to be more grateful, because my life is very good. I'm happy, and I think I practice being grateful.
Yes.
But sometimes I think I'm not grateful enough, and I would like to be more.
Well, we're going to nitpick with you just a little bit over the word or the concept of gratitude, because it usually has mixed in with it something that you are grateful for having overcome, where the word that we appreciate more is appreciate. So, and when you think about what appreciation is, think about it in its literal meaning. Appreciate meaning more added to, yes? So, can you see how it is helpful if there is some attention to a subject which then allows momentum to increase? And until the momentum has appreciated, as in the appreciation of, as it appreciates or gains momentum. We've not talked about appreciate in that same way. Appreciation meaning momentum gathering, more coming, more coming, more coming. So if there's something that you are feeling appreciation for, and it is maybe general, or maybe not large appreciation, just soft appreciation, but you continue to focus on it, what will happen is it will gain more and more momentum until you will be filled with that feeling of appreciation. So the reason you like it so much and the reason that you are reaching for it is because it means you're hooked up with Source. In other words, appreciation, the reason that it is so intoxicating, the reason that you are craving it so much is because that is alignment. That is Source flowing with you. Helpful?
Yes, but there are moments when I feel that I appreciate everything so much that tears comes to my eyes, and I know that everything will come. How to reach for this moment more often? How to appreciate this? Because okay, right now...
Well, we think what you are asking for is something that cannot come in for this reason. Now just stay with us just a little bit. That feeling that you are describing is what it feels like when you have held a thought that meshes with your Source for a long enough period of time without introducing resistance to it, that it's gathered momentum. So you just didn't all of a sudden first crack out of the box, boom, zoom right there. And so don't ask yourself to jump right into that strong momentum immediately. Mm-hmm. Sit and write some positive aspects of something or focus in a way. Allow the momentum to gain. Allow the momentum to increase. We think understanding what...
Well, I understand this, but okay, for the moment I am happy. So what next? It's I don't have this kind of... I'm sorry, but money are fine. Love life is fine. I am okay the way I live. I don't have this kind of burning desire. I'm happy, and then what next? I would like to, I don't know, be more happy.
Well, here's the thing. You can't go back. So once you've tasted the sweetness, so you're giving us an opportunity to explain this in a way that we really want to all of you. So you've sifted and sorted and you've put wonderful things in your vortex. And they've been gestating, accumulating, cooperative components have been gathered, and they are now ripe for you. You must be a vibrational match to where they are. So you must find somehow some thought that feels good. What you're really wanting to do is let the momentum build. You understand the concept of momentum, of course. And do you expect yourself to just wake up and hit the floor running and be enthusiastic and excited about all things?
No, but I'm building up. But I don't know. I have the feeling that I am not reaching for something. That I'm just so confident. I believe so much that everything what I want will come. And why I am not grateful for it, for this feeling of being so sure that everything is possible.
Well, we said to you a minute ago, and this is the piece that we really want you to hear. Esther said, in fact, she says it every now and again. In fact, she says it often. In fact, she says it every day to anyone who will listen. She says, I'm becoming a vibrational snob. And what she means by that is, now I have tasted what it feels like to have sifted and sorted and put something there, and then to be in the receptive mode and to feel thoughts turning to things, to actually be so long and steady in the receptive mode that, in other words, thinking about what is desired without putting an engine on the resistant end of the track, that the momentum gathers and becomes fast enough that now things are happening all around me that I cannot help but feel enthusiastic about. And if those things aren't happening to you, then it means that you're focusing on desire and focusing on something that is resistant in nature. In other words, if your enthusiasm is not steadily increasing, then that means momentum is not steadily increasing.
I understand.
You just can't get around it. And so as we explain that to you and you say, but I'm happy with everything that I have, and we say, well, what you want is the sweet, sweet taste of being tuned in, tapped in, turned on more of the time. What you want is that feeling of exhilaration. You want that feeling that when you're moving down the street, seas are parting for you, and traffic is parting for you, and when you need a cab, there's one there for you, and when you get in, it's a pleasant experience, and you get to where you're going, and when you make your purchase, there's someone there very ready to help you. In other words, we're talking about what might be seen as mundane things of life, but these things, as they unfold for you, are indications of how well you are in sync with your desires. And then things like that, only larger, begin coming to you too. And so we want to say to you, first of all, you will never feel satisfied. You will never say,
Is this okay? That I still want more and more?
Well, of course it is, but that's not what you were complaining about to us. You're not complaining about wanting more. You're complaining about not feeling enthusiasm for more. That's a very different thing. But what you're describing happens to a lot of people. You are afraid to be greedy in a universe that wants to yield to you. You are afraid to be greedy in a universe that you have filled your vortex full of so much that is being offered to you, and instead of opening your valve or opening your vortex and letting it flow into you in the form of ideas and emotion and enthusiasm and inspiration and action and all kinds of wonderful surprises and delights, instead you and a lot of people stand in this place of uncertainty. So you say, I want it, but should I really ask for so much? And I want it, but there are others who do not have so much. And I want more, I have an appetite for more, but shouldn't I be satisfied with what I already have? And that's because you've picked up beliefs along your physical trail that are contrary to your true nature of being. That's why in every opportunity that we have to visit with those like you, we say to you, you are on the leading edge of thought. You are the predominant contributors to the expansion of the universe. You are fueling the vortices for all that is. You, every one of you, no one accepted. You have created this vortex that all that is eager about and focused upon and flowing to. So when you feel a bit as you are describing yourself as feeling, what that means is you're pinching yourself off from you receiving what you've put there. You did step 1 and Source is doing step 2, but you're not allowing yourself, maybe step 3 occasionally, in fact often, but not that steady step 4 where it builds in momentum to that feeling of such steady appreciation for life. Esther was sitting one day, and she was sitting at her home in Texas, San Antonio. And she was sitting there overlooking the swimming pool. Now, her husband, Jerry, many of you know about him. He made his transition a few years ago, and he's really happy. here now. Esther and Jerry can talk later. Maybe now. So, Esther is sitting overlooking her swimming pool, and she is remembering the day that they decided to put the house on that spot. And Jerry is dragging garden hoses around, making the perimeter of the building and the perimeters of the swimming pool so that it will sit right between the big oak trees in just the way he wanted it. And Esther remembered how much care he was taking, because he wanted the house to be as big as possible, but he did not want to disturb any of the very old giant oak trees that are on the property. So he was taking a lot of care to zig and zag this house around all of these trees. And now Esther is sitting there. So Esther is remembering all of those preliminary beginnings of this wonderful property. And now she is sitting there enjoying the manifested results of it. So big windows. There's a 75-foot window in this room. And she's looking out over a swimming pool that is, it's called an infinity pool, in that it drops off into infinity, but it's also zero edge. So there's no edge to the pool. So the tile and the water are all at the same level. So Esther's thinking about that and remembering its becoming and appreciating it so. And then she is looking to the trees, and now she's looking to the fountain, and now she is looking to the statues that they gathered, and now she's looking, and she stayed there long enough, which is what we were describing to you, that the momentum of her appreciation began to grow. And she was just overcome with this feeling of, here I am sitting here, the beneficiary of all of this management and love and workmanship and talent that came before. And here I am sitting, feasting my eyes on the manifestation of that. And then she took her notebook and she drew herself a little stick figure. She makes herself skinnier than she really is. And she put her hair on, and she put herself there, and then she drew like a big funnel, like a megaphone. And she put herself there, and then she put these beginning things that she had been thinking about. And then she thought about more things that were all part of that. She thought about the talented tile men and the talented people that drove the big machines. And she thought about the electricians, and she thought about the companies that support them. And then she thought about the roadways, and she thought about the 16 truckloads of giant rocks that came to support all of these water features. And then she thought about the roadways and the rock quarries and the rock diggers. And then she thought about the economy at large. And then she thought about the governments and the world economies and all of those who have come before. And she began feeling this foundation that has been going on for much longer than her physical life, much longer than any of her physical lives. In other words, all of this foundation, all of it pointing right here, right now, to Esther's moment in time where she is rapturous about this magnificent swimming pool that she is noticing.
I got you.
She thought about all of that. Now feel the momentum of everything that leads to your now. When you walk these streets or get on these airlines or come into a facility like this or become part of anything, there is so much that has gone before, but we don't want you to focus so much on what's gone before. We want you to stand in your now and feel the fullness of it all being here for you now. You are magnificent creators, and so blessed and so worthy that we want you to open to the rightness that is you. But did you see how that took a little conversation? It took a little focus.
Yes.
But you came right there with appreciation that washed through you, feeling the fullness of your inner being and how your inner being feels about you here now. Enough?
Thank you so much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.